I've been trying to say this for quite some time. These two ministers just prayed after the president addressed them. Listen to what this pastor has to say and the minister has to say, and also what this black minister after him especially has to say.
Secretary of Housing, Education, Justice here, Attorney General Barr, thank you for being here. Thank you, a great governor, Governor Abbott, and I believe that we're going to work together and we're going to see freedom and justice for all in America. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Great job you do here, too. Great job. Jack, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Pastor Morris, for offering your church. I think right now, like any other time in our nation's history, we need God.
Yeah. We need God more now, probably just as much as we needed it when the founding fathers were fighting for their freedom. We're fighting for our freedom now before Christ comes. We need it just as much, if not more, because we're more divided than we were then.
I'm praying.
My eyesight gets a little blurrier every year. My kid
Words on my mouth right now, and I want a nation to hear me. We need the fear of God.
We need to understand what fear and faith of God is, but we need a humility and a faithfulness and a virtue and a unity that is sorely lacking in this nation.
Mr. President, you're the only Republican I've ever voted for. And I don't just say that to make you feel good. Honestly, that's not my goal, man. I'm saying that because you stood up for the word of God. And as believers, as the church, we have to pray for our president and have his back. When you raised that Bible up after those folks burnt that church, we are in a spiritual warfare.
Yeah, that's right.
We cannot fight this battle with flesh and blood. We cannot fight this battle with politics. You cannot politicize oppression. I grew up right down the street. I looked at skinheads in the eye at 13 years old. My black father went to a KKK rally to protect me. I know what racism is. So when I hear words get thrown out about white supremacy, it eats me up. Because these men are white supremacists. That's not what they look like. I'm telling black kids across America right now, we always hear we don't have black leaders. Look at this table.
Hey, so this is a brand new high-tech way to instantly...
We are not as divided as our politics suggest. We are not as divided as our politics suggest. But I tell you what, this president, when I walk into my prisons, I'm blessed. I teach in prisons across our nation. Men who are broken, the most broken men in our country, Our Bible teaches us to serve those in prison. Our Bible teaches us to serve the poor. And when I walk into my class and I say, guys, raise your hand if you've gotten your sentence reduced from the First Step Act, and every single one of them raise their hand. That's because of you, Mr. President, and that's because of policy. But you're brave enough to go against what everyone else has said about you. Now I'm calling on you to do more. We have a real issue in our country, and the root of it, let's not get our eye off the enemy. The root of it is fatherlessness. Our kids don't have fathers. Attorney A.G. Barr, you said it earlier. You talked about pulling God out. Do we talk about education? Well, 71% of those kids that drop out of high school don't have a father in the house. We talk about criminal justice reform. You're 5 times more likely to go to prison or have a run-in with the police department if you don't have a father in the house. We talk about health care. You're 4 times more likely to live in poverty if you don't have a father in the house, which means you're gonna be sicker. We don't have to keep looking for the problem when we see it. Now it's time for Americans of all color. I'm calling on my white brothers and sisters. I'm calling on my Spanish brothers and sisters. Get out of your bubbles. Go into the communities that are underserved, and let's do what Jesus told us to do. We can bridge this gap of fatherlessness. All we gotta do is go out of our bubbles, go bridge the gap with these kids, teach them what you teach your kids. We all have rooms in our homes for a couple little boys to come in and play with our sons and daughters. Let's bridge the gap through love, through Christ, and through being what we all know we are, and that's one America. God bless America. Thank you very much.
I couldn't say it better than this black gentleman, this leader here. We need to have God bless America. We need to come together. We need to come together under Christ in love and in unity. Couldn't say it better. Dang YouTube commercials are a pain in the butt. Anyhow, good ending to it. We need the Spirit, we need God, we need unity, we need love, we need to work together. There's no two ways about it.